All right, Mike McCurdy, thank you so much for being with us. We know that your time is precious, and so we appreciate you spending it with us and letting us get to know you a little better, and letting us record so our members can get to know you a little bit better. And something that we have been doing is having you introduce yourself, but I'm going to turn the time over to Lonnie first, have him do a little spiel. You'll introduce yourself, and then I've got 5 questions for you. I will put those in the chat right now, just so you have them to reference. But we will ask the questions. We'll ask one question. You'll get 2 minutes. Can you see this timer here?
Yep.
You'll get 2 minutes for each question, and then we'll turn the time back over to Lonnie. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right, Mike. So as you may or may not know, the Chamber has the interest of all of our local business at heart. So all of these questions are business related questions. We ask that your answers are as business focused as possible. You'll have 2 minutes. As she said, we do ask that you try to stay within that 2-minute window to answer the questions. And with that, why don't you take the first 2 minutes and introduce yourself?
Okay. Again, my name is Mike McCurdy, a lifetime local, raising 2 kids in town. There's not a lot that most people don't know about me, seeing that I probably know everyone on this board and have met you before. It's pretty open book after that. Policy alignment or my platform is pretty simple. I like to steal everyone's good ideas and use them in my own policy. It comes down to simple. Does it hurt or does it help? A lot of gray area. There's not too much direction in the sense of Republican or Democrat side. I know it's a nonpartisan race, but middle ground is always the best ground to me. But if there's any questions on that, I mean, you're always more than welcome to ask.
Great. And just to clarify, this will go out to all of our business members as well. So it's not just like our 12 board members, but it is all of
Good.
our.
I probably know them too. Not too worried.
Great. Good. All right.
I would be shocked if I didn't know them also.
Right. Mike knows everybody. That is true. All right. So the very first question that we have for you, Mike, is what role do you think our local government should play in the growth and development of local business?
We should. Diversification is actually the one of the hardest parts that we actually have in Moab. I know that we are very tourist oriented, and that does shut down actually in a couple months. Just for a 2-month span is what I expect. I mean, what I can see from our own personal business. But I really think there's a lot of restrictions placed on both that single stream tourism, and there's a lot of restrictions based upon, how do you say, bringing in other businesses to sustain that over winter. And there's definitely few and far between on incentives to bring those other businesses in. Especially for that winter time, or directed purely at locals. So.
Great, thank you. Second question that we have for you is, given the recent budget deficit discussions at the city, what are your ideas on how to optimize the budget and to benefit our community now, as well as set us up for the future?
I haven't looked over exactly the entire budgeting deficit. I am a little concerned on the point of why we have the deficit and what direction we were going with money before. As I've not been part of our local government, I haven't been completely up to date on our current deficit issues and the direct causes of them. But I know that we do have an amount of city staff and amount of people that are willing to take a look at that. And my direction is to reach out to those people and let's figure out this problem and try to tackle it.
Great, thank you. All right, Third question, in the business community, we are seeing similar problems with commercial space as we do with residential in terms of affordability and availability, making it difficult for new and or diversified businesses to establish themselves. What are your thoughts on possible solutions for this issue?
Number one, the most heavy-handed part of that is restrictive zoning and restrictive policies. Not in the sense of directly at nightly rentals, as I know that will be a continuing issue, but the restrictive zoning over allowing businesses and or developers in both residential and commercial zones to come in and develop. There's no incentives to them bringing in their abilities, and it really makes it hard for a developer to come in and lose money, especially out of the gate. They really don't want to initially take that heavy loss, but taking a look at those restrictions and trying to figure out better ways around them instead of just outright bans on some stuff, we really need to look at.
Great, thank you. All right, fourth question. In our city, there are divides between opinions, particularly around our economy. How have you found compromise and built unity in the past? And how do you plan on doing that in the future, specifically with economic growth of Moab?
There has been a great divide, as many people don't like tourism, and many people do like tourism. It is both our one and only heavy economic stream in Moab. It's what we have, but some people really, and some both city workers and employees and associates and just your general public don't like tourism. They hands down try to push against it. And I don't think that unregulated tourism should happen, but it is our revenue stream and it is our best revenue stream. We need to point our focus on getting in touch with all these people, putting them in the same room and figuring out answers instead of everyone just figuring out and griping about their own problems. We need to come up with more answers to this. I don't have them directly on my own, but I would like to facilitate that conversation a lot more openly than it has currently been.
Great, thank you. All right, and the last question that I have is, economic diversification of Moab's tourism-based economy has been a topic of many local government discussions. What would your approach to diversification be in relation to the current established industry?
I think that was previously answered, or at least the subject was talked on. We have to have these open conversations. It is our revenue stream in town. We have to facilitate both views. I really am against the polarization of both views. I know that both sides have the good ideas. I really think that we need to just put that together and move forward. Being stagnant is being the same as, dying. No matter what, we need to continue the moving forward between businesses pointed in the tourism direction and the other viewpoints that are there. We need to facilitate the conversations.
Great, thank you. I'll turn the time back over to Lonnie.
All right, Mike, thank you for that. Hope it wasn't too bad for you.
No.
I do have one last question, a bonus round question that everyone's receiving, and it's pretty straightforward. In a minute or less, tell us why you think the business community should vote for you.
Why I think the business community should vote for me is 100%. I'm willing to set up these hard conversations and find the direction that we should actually take. It's pretty easy. It's cut and dry with me. If it helps our local community in the greater sense, we should do it. If it doesn't, then we shouldn't do it. It comes down to a black and white on that one.
Okay.
All right.
Did it in 30 or 28 seconds even. All right.
Sorry, my answers are short. I'm like, we can
That is
That's
great.
okay.
doing their
Short
job.
and
Straight to the
sweet,
point.
to the
That's
point.
a good thing.
Seems like there's no BS when you don't have to take 3 minutes to explain a simple answer.
Well, we appreciate you doing this with us. Hope you enjoyed it.
I was a little timid to it, but hey, it's
Well,
We're not that
we
scary.
appreciate it. And it's really just, like I said, a chance for us to be able to put it out there to the business community and say, here's, here they are, here's their thoughts on, business and economy and whatnot. And just another chance, hopefully, for you to get, your name out there.
very much so.
Yeah. And so what we're going to do is we will put these when everybody has a chance. We will put them all out at the same time onto our website, and then share those on social media and send them out. We have an email blast that we put out to our chamber members that it will go out there as well. So I'll let you know when we're at that step. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
No, mainly the only question that I would have now is, in all honesty, I hope to face-to-face talk with anyone that will have questions. I mean, be it your guys' department in any sense. I mean, you have my phone number. Literally call me. It's not that hard.
Great. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mike.
Not a
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you guys very much.
See ya.
Bye-bye.